I am your friendly neighborhood J-Man. This is the Almost Internet Famous Internet Show, and today we are talking what could be the LEGO Group's crowning achievement. Well, that is after the Superstar Destroyer, the Millennium Falcon, the Helicarrier, Death Star.
And now, the aggregator of awesome, the curator of cool, my dad, your friendly neighborhood Jaman.
Back in 1999, an historical chord was reached. No, I'm not talking about the Senate's ratification of the Treaty of Paris. Dopes. That was 1899. No, I'm talking about last century. I'm talking about 2000. Party over. Oops, out of time. It was in 1999 that Lucasfilms licensed the Star Wars property to the LEGO Group. Little known fact, Star Wars was the first property to be licensed by LEGO. So you can see its importance next to the Treaty of Paris. Since that time, LEGO has produced approximately 188 sets and half a zillion minifigures too. Those sets include not one, but two Slave 1 models. The first one, 6209, was produced in 2006 as part of the classic Star Wars line, containing 537 pieces. The set includes 5 minifigures: Boba Fett, a Bespin guard, everyone's favorite mercenary droid, IG-88, Dengar, and a Han Solo in a carbonite brick. While at the time it was a pretty big deal, looking at set 6209 Slave 1 now, it's a little dull and leaves a lot to be desired. Thankfully, that wasn't good enough for LEGO. Oh no. They upped the ante in 2010 by releasing an updated version of the Slave 1 set 8097, just in time for the 30th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. This new set contains 573 pieces, featured a newly designed Boba Fett, now sporting a very fashionable side cape, Bosk, an actual Han Solo figure, and a new version of Han in carbonite. An all-around improvement to the original Slave 1 set. Still, even that wasn't good enough for LEGO. Oh no. Upping the ante once again, LEGO announced a new model to its Ultimate Collector Series, aka UCS, in October 2014. Yep, you guessed it. The reason why I brought you all together today, Boba Fett Slave 1. You know, LEGO really loves the Slave 1, and thank God, but they've really got to work on their naming conventions a bit. That's for sure. The new Slave 1 is no comparison to its predecessors. The UCS model is 17 inches long, 7 inches tall, and 14 inches wide, containing a whopping 1,996 pieces. This set includes yet another redesigned Boba Fett, an all-new Bespin guard, a Stormtrooper Han Solo, and Han Solo in carbonite. We're going to take an in-depth look at this monstrosity right after this.
Empire Strikes Back. The Star Wars saga continues.
The rebels are there, and I'm sure Skywalker is with them. He will join us or die.
The rebel forces battle the Empire and Darth Vader.
Join me. Don't make me destroy you.
The Empire Strikes Back. Rated PG. Coming to your galaxy Wednesday, May 21st.
Welcome back. The first thing you notice about the UCS Slave 1, once you open that gigantic box, and besides the 13 bags of bricks, is the instruction book. It is literally a book. It's 300 pages long, and not all of its instructions for the model either. The first few pages of the book are filled with great stats about the history and specs of Slave 1, and an interview with the model's designer, which I'm not going to bother butchering his name right here. Terrible. As for building this set, I don't know if you know this or not, but 2,000 pieces is a lot of bricks. It took me 5 episodes of the House of Cards and 4 episodes of Daredevil to complete the model. Perhaps watching TV while building it might have slowed me down a bit, especially when you've got to read a bunch of subtitles. Thanks, Daredevil. But I managed to persevere. Besides, when you're spending this much money on the set, who wants it to go fast? Isn't the point of it all enjoying the build? It is. Once the ship is done, you can really see the amount of detail LEGO put into the model. It's filled with all sorts of great touches. Just like the previous smaller models, the wings rotate depending upon the orientation of the ship. The blaster cannons on the rear rotate as well. There's also compartment panels on either side of the ship that open to reveal a missile launcher. Sorry, it doesn't really launch, it's disappointing. And a laser cannon on the other side, which doesn't fire either. Even more disappointment. The cockpit of the Slave One was redesigned for the new model. You can position the seat up or down depending on whether your Fett is landing or flying. The thing is, you had to physically remove the cockpit's windshield to access the seat, which I'm not really crazy about. I probably would have preferred a hinge or something, but I'm just splitting hairs at this point. I'm always impressed with the engineering behind LEGO models. Slave One is no different. One of the coolest bits of engineering is the holding compartment for Carbonite Han. Han doesn't just get tossed into the holding bay. Oh no. For easy access, the LEGO designers made this flipping door. That is a door that flips, not a flipping door. I digress. The door rotates, allowing Carbonite Han to clip on safe and secure. There's no loose parts on this ship. The most impressive engineering part of the Slave One, you're not going to believe me when I tell you, it's the stand. For real, hear me out on this. Until you've got the ship all together, you really don't get a sense of the size of the model. Not just the size, but the weight. It's big and it's heavy. It's got to weigh at least 25 pounds. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you should know who I am at this point. Either way, it's heavy. And as I'm putting the stand together, I'm thinking to myself, who else would I think to? You? Self, there is no way on God's green planet this thing is going to hold that 25-pound model upright. But sure as shit it do. There's plenty of other nice features about the model. The bottom of the ship actually looks like the bottom of the ship, not this mismatch of parts. It's probably a good thing the designers put some thought into the bottom, because as you can see, the stand keeps the ship upright. Oh, and by the way, if Han ever does get loose, or any of the other parts for that matter, they've got this cool little doohickey that opens up to allow loose pieces to fall out. It's a nice touch, thanks LEGO. So, in the end, is it worth it? With a resounding hell yeah it is. Pack lunches for a few weeks. Sell some blood. Do whatever you must, but get a hold of this thing before LEGO retires it. And then you gotta pay upwards of $1,000. I shit you not. It happened with the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, which I totally regret missing out on that one. And that is all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank myself for putting all this shit together. Check out my website, yfnjman.com, for more fun and more excitement. I am also on all your favorite social media. I'm on the Twitter, I'm on the Facebook, and I'm even on the Google+. All you gotta do is search. And finally, we will wrap up Plugorama with this. Don't forget to check me out every Monday on the Fanboy Factor podcast at fanboyfactor.com. Until next time. The thing is, you have to physically remove the cockpits.